What's up? This is my recent creation, or my most recent. It's a four-rotor, some people call it a quad flyer, I guess, or quadcopter. It has 3 accelerometers from the Nintendo Wiimotes in them, and then an iPhone logic board programmed by yours truly to sort of interpret the accelerometers and compensate for wind and stuff like that. Basically corrects itself, but kind of in sort of a way that you still have to fly it. The frame is actually 4 conjoined plastic pieces from a toy helicopter. The motors are custom ordered from a motor builder in California, and the PCB was designed by a former co-worker of mine at NASA, and like I said, all the programming is done by me, and it's kind of trial and error at this point, but figured I'd give you a demo of it. Oh, the controller is from the same RC helicopter that the frame pieces came from, so the whole goal behind it was to make it as cheap as possible, and that's what it ended up being. It was, I think, maybe 40 or 50 bucks for everything, which is definitely the cheapest thing I've ever built. And here's a demo. Batteries. Alright. Watch me crash. Like I said, it's all kind of self-stabilized by gyros, but I still have to sort of tell it what to do to an extent. But I mean, if it gets into the wind or anything like that, it'll kind of auto-correct itself. Or if you get someone who flies it really badly and they're like, you know, really violent with it like that, it'll sort of stabilize. You still have to recover, obviously, but for the most part, it's pretty simple. Although having said that, it's very difficult to fly indoors. It needs a lot more room than this. But like I said, really simple and really potent and powerful if you want it to be, but very docile for most of the time, unless you're a real, well, speed demon or leadfoot, whatever you want to call it. But obviously you got your back and forth like that. You got forward and reverse, and let's see if not sure if I have enough room in here to do this or not, but you got your twist. If I can get it stable. Come on. Okay, there we go. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. And twist. Woo! That's one of the last things I'm trying to work on, because in order to get it to do that, basically if you look at it in an X-pattern, the opposing rotors counter-rotate. So it basically shuts down like these two and rotates these two a lot quicker. And that basically uses the centrifugal force of the propellers to twist it. What it also does, unfortunately, is rely on those 2 propellers to keep it afloat. So the other 2 just sit there doing nothing, and the whole thing becomes really unbalanced. And because of the way the Wiimote accelerometers work, I actually had to turn them off, or program them to turn off when you tell it to twist. Otherwise, they were trying to overcompensate and basically ramp up the other 2 rotors to try and stabilize it, and it just ended badly every time. So basically, once you twist it, 2 of the motors deactivate, the accelerometers deactivate, the logic chip deactivates, and you're basically on your own. So it's not the easiest thing to do in this tight of space, but let's see, try and do it again. Yeah, see what I mean about bad things happening? You kind of have to re-stabilize it yourself until the accelerometers reactivate. But still working the bugs out, and hopefully it'll be easier. And it's always easier outdoors too, but that's it. I like it.